Algeria has the most beautiful girls in the world. Algeria has the most beautiful women in the world. Okay, I'm joking, I'm joking. Okay, what's up, polyglots? Today I want to talk about some facts that you didn't know about Algeria. Okay, so the first fact is that Algeria has the most beautiful in the world, and they are the most intelligent people on earth. Okay, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, so the first fact that you have to know about Algeria is in Africa, North Africa, just near Morocco, Tunisia. Then there's also Mali. Okay, I think, and Algeria is the biggest country in Africa. Okay, so initially the biggest one was Sudan, but when they divided the country, then Algeria became the biggest country in Africa. Okay, so it won by default. And the other thing that you have to know about Algeria is about 40 million people. Okay, the population of 40 million. Zimbabwe has got only 16 million. Namibia has got 3 million. And imagine Algeria has 40 million. And now Algeria has 48 cities. 48 cities. Zimbabwe, I think it only has 9 cities, but Algeria has 48. It has 49. 49, 49. Which one is the fourth? Yes, Marseille. Marseille in France is also, Algerian city. Okay, I'm kidding, but it's because there are a lot of Algerians there, so people say that it's also part of Algeria, because when you go there, you just hear Khoya Lazizi, Ushken Ho, Khoya Habibi, because there are a lot of Algerian people there. Algeria has the best dates in the world. This is true. It has the best dates in the world. Although sometime back, Algeria exported a boat, full of dates to Canada, and as they were checking there in Canada, like quality control, they found out something. They just found a dead fly on the dates, and they had to bring back all the dates back to Algeria. This is true. This is a fact. If you want to do a research, you can do a research, and you'll see that it actually happened. Algeria has about 130 universities, the whole country. That's a very big number, okay? Considering their population, it also makes sense that they have 150, although a lot of people are not employed, but still, if you go to Algeria, you can find a security guard who has got a master's, and it's normal. I think the thing of employment is a problem in the whole continent now, or the whole world. South Africa has 26 universities. Zimbabwe has 17 universities, but Algeria has about 150. Okay, 130, 150. Okay, in between. And in Algeria, that's where you find the biggest mosque in Africa. Okay, the new mosque that is just near La Gare Routière. It is the third one in the world and the first in Africa. Okay, it is the third in the world, and the first one is the biggest in Africa. And Algeria was colonized by France in, when was that? In 1830, and it got independence in 1962. So that was almost a decade, not a decade, a century, of colonization. That was a very long time. And the other thing that you have to know is when France was fighting during the First World War, it had to import soldiers from Algeria, and they went and fought on behalf of Algeria. There's a story that is told of Algerian soldiers who went to fight for France, and they went during Ramadan. They were fasting and fighting, but they still won the war. I'm not sure which country was fighting with France that time, because everything was just in a mess. Countries were fighting each other, but France won because of Algeria. Okay, thanks to Algerians. Other fact is there are 2 Algerians who got Nobel Peace Prize. Okay, the Nobel Prize. That was Albert Camus, who is a writer. He got one in literature, and the other one was called what? Was called Claude, who got a Nobel Prize in physics. Okay, so Algerians are smart. They are smart people. That one you can't deny that fact. And in Algeria, they have tribes, different tribes, but the main one, I think, they're Kabyle and the Arabs. Okay, before Algeria was colonized by France, There are a lot of countries also who came. The Romans came, colonized Algeria. The Turkish came. The Arabs later also came and colonized Algerians. Okay, so yeah, it has gone through a lot as a country, and there was also a very sad event that happened, which is called La Décennie Noire, 10 years of terrorism in Algeria, where the estimate number of 1,500, was it 1,500 or 15,000 Algerians died during that time of terrorism. Okay, so that's something that is so sad, but we have to mention that. And in 2005, beer was uh, prohibited in Algeria. So that's why now when you go to Algeria, there are few places that sell beer because it was prohibited in 2005. So there are few places, but if you go to Algiers, I know all the places, you know, because I used to drink a lot. I'm kidding. I used to drink, but not that much. But if you go to some cities like Sétif, I don't know Sétif, I'm not sure about Sétif, but Constantine, Annaba, there are very few places that will, you know, where people buy beer, okay, bars. And nightclubs, I don't know about nightclubs. I never went to a nightclub. I'll ask my friends who used to go to nightclubs. And the other thing is 60% um, of the judges in Algeria are women. Okay, 60% are women. 70% of all the judges are also of the attorneys are women, and 60% of university students are women. So you can see that women are dominating in Algeria. Also in companies, I think in most companies now, you know, they are trying to employ more women. I don't know why. Je ne sais rien. Je ne sais rien du tout. And the other thing that you have to know is that, you know, in Algeria, women are more independent as compared to other Arab countries or Muslim countries in general. For example, if you go to Saudi Arabia, there's a time where when women were not allowed to drive cars. You know, there's an incident that happened, was it 2019, when women were burnt because they were driving cars. Like they just lifted that ban, like women now they can drive, and people were angry, started burning women. So Algeria, no, in Algeria you can't find something like that. Women are free. Of course, when they are walking, someone will say, you know, some insults here and there, but women are really, really independent in Algeria as compared to other countries. Arabic, French are the most dominant languages. Of course, there's also Amazigh, which is Kabyle. Then English is also coming. I think the next few years, English will be the dominant language. They tried last time, like they wanted to, you know, scrap out French and then they want to replace it with English. I don't think it works. Like, you know, you can't do that. It, you know, it's a gradual process that has to take time. For instance, they did that in Rwanda, but it was a gradual process. Now they replaced the French with English because you know, the French people, because of the genocide of 1994. So I think Kagame was angry and then he wanted to replace everything. Algerians have also won 5 gold medals. Okay, in the Summer Olympics, they've won 5 gold medals in the past few years. Okay, so also that's another fact that you have to know about Algeria. What else? What else? You know, in Algeria, like marriage is not a priority. You can find a woman who is 35 years old who is not married, and it's normal. It's normal. It's not like in our countries where women or even people in general, they are, you know, in a hurry, you know, to get married. But in Algeria, it's not the case. People can still go for, I don't know, up to, I have friends who are like 35, somewhere even 40 years old, guys, ladies, they're still virgins. So I think it's a good thing. It's not like, you know, in other countries where it's difficult. If you go to Zim or Namibia, it's difficult to find a virgin. I think if you want to get a virgin woman or a guy, you have to go to 0 grade. I think that's where you can find them. But grade 5 is already difficult, you know. So these are some of the facts I think that I wanted to share with you about Algeria. Algeria is a Muslim country. Of course, there are also Christians in Algeria, but it's a beautiful country that everyone should actually visit. You know, it's near the there's a Mediterranean Sea. Then there's also the Sahara Desert, which covers about 11 countries, including Libya, Tunisia, Morocco, but it also covers some part, another part of Algeria, which is in the south. Okay, where is Timimon? So right, these are the facts, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sharing the video. Put a comment if you've liked the video, your opinion. What are the other things that you think I've left out which are very important for you? Thank you. Ciao.